folks, it's Teresa from Stringfield Ridge Farm. It has been a long time since I've done just a daily vlog, and I'm not doing that. It's Thursday. It's my day off. I work on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, I'm off, and I start doing homework, catching up at home. Just gonna do a Thursday, here's what I'm doing on the homestead vlog. And I might do that occasionally. It won't be every day or every Thursday, but occasionally. I haven't done one in a long time. I used to do a Saturday vlog, and I vlogged every Saturday for a while there. And you can go back and see some of those. They had just a this and that type things in them, just what I was doing on Saturday. So I have a lot to do today, and I thought I'd just turn on the camera and show you what all I got going on. So the first thing I got going this morning, besides doing dishes and getting laundry going and that kind of thing, is dehydrated eggs. I watched Amy at Broussard Family Homestead talking about dehydrating eggs, and she'd gotten the silicone trays to do hers in. There's silicone fruit roll-up trays. And I ordered some of those, but they haven't come in yet. So I decided to go ahead and do it anyway in my hard plastic roll-up trays that came with my dehydrator. I bought my dehydrator. It's just a Presto. It works fine. It works great. It's got 8 trays. I got the initial dehydrator on Facebook Marketplace for $15, and it was like new. It had only been used a couple of times, and you could tell. And I got that for $15, and then a subscriber sent me some extra trays to go with it. So all in all, I have 8 trays. I'm only using 4 here because that's all of the fruit roll-up trays I have at the time. I won't go into how this is done because there's so many other people doing this. Amy at Broussard Homestead is supposed to be making a video on this. I don't know if she's done hers yet, but if not, Heidi at Rain Country done one about a year ago that is awesome. I love Heidi over at Rain Country, and she has a video that I went by to do mine that is from about a year ago. I'm not going to go in the details of how to do it. I just wanted to show that's what I got going this morning. Okay, another thing is I'm on my way out to the greenhouse. I'm taking some of my plants that I had started inside. I've got one of my mats here. I'm leaving a few in here that I need to up pot. So I'm taking this one out and set it up with the ones I've already got up potted. And I'm taking my compost with me on my way. I keep a compost ice cream bucket for compost under my kitchen sink. And when it gets full, I take it out to the compost bin. Well, it is an absolute beautiful day. We had so much cold weather and ice, and then a lot of rain, and the yard was so muddy. And the last couple of days have been wonderful, sunshiny, and up to 70 degrees. And I am so ready to get out here. I've got to let the chickens out. We let our chickens free range most of the time. If we're here on the property, we'll let them out to free range. So I've got to let them out. They're over there. Here's the greenhouse. It needs a little work. We built it, I think this is about the 4th year of our greenhouse, and Lee built it for under $300. We have a video on that. I'll post that video in the description below or at the end of this video. It has served us well, but it is on the shaded side of our shed. We couldn't put it on the other side because of the horse lean-to for the horse was over there. And that was already here when he built the greenhouse. But it is a bad spot. It has served us well. The greenhouse does great. But I had rather have it on the other side. So when the horse dies, the horse is about 20 years old now. I think older than that, probably about 22 or 3. But when he passes on, we're going to put the greenhouse on the other side there. And that'll be even better. All right, we're going to go in there and get set up for my starts that I'm bringing out of the house into the greenhouse. This is not a heated greenhouse. And we ran electric out here for a small space heater. So in the greenhouse, I have brought out some of these out of the house and put them on my mat. And I've got a couple more trays. I'm going to start some things in there. I've got these bigger trays over here for up potting. I've got stuff down here that came in from outside in the fall. There's some mints and some yarrow and bee balm. I just brought some of that stuff in, hoping it would make it. That is a beauty bush that I got from Holland and Lily at Higgs Rock Farm. And I never did plant it because I got it late in the fall. I just brought it in here hoping it would make it through the winter, and then I'll decide where to put it. I didn't know where I was going to put it at the time. So this is my greenhouse. I am fixing to get busy up in here. So I'm out here with my bucket of potting soil. This is just a cheap potting soil that I got from the dollar store, and wet it a little bit. And I'm going to take my holy basil and divide those up and put them in separate containers, up pot them into separate containers. That's what I'm doing right now. I have a few more over here I need to up pot like this. I need to up pot some of those in solo cups or these kind. I also sometimes use these little pudding cups. Those are fine for it. Those are kind of smaller though, and I'm really wanting to go ahead and up pot some. I also brought out a few seeds that I need to plant. I've got a planter back there, another this kind that I need to plant in. And I got my heat mat on. I'm going to get my lights turned on here in a little bit. First off, I'm going to take and move these holy basil out. And what I'm going to do, because there's several in there together, they're kind of hard to spoon out and get a hold of. So I take and use a baby spoon, and that's easier to dip down in there and separate those. But that's what I do, is dip down in there and use it like a shovel, only it's small. Dip some of that dirt out so I can get a hold of those good. And just dip down in there and scoop that out with my little tiny baby spoon. Get that planted over here. And then I will put some more dirt around that. Some more of this potting soil in there. I don't worry about a great potting soil because they're not going to be in here that long. And so I just get a cheap dollar store potting soil and go with it. I know some people do, but there you go. I'm not gonna. So I've got 5 more in there to go. I'll get those all separated here. I've got plenty of these kind of pots where I've bought plants before. But like I said, you can do solo cups. I've done solo cups here to some of them. So, I stuck my phone on a tripod over here in the corner to video doing some of this up potting, and it got too hot. Of course, I'm in a greenhouse and had it sitting in the sun. So, my phone got too hot and quit on me. So anyway, I have been up potting. There's my holy basil. They look really, really good. I up potted some of the cabbage. These are bok choy. and cabbage, different ones. And I planted some new stuff back there. So this is mostly all, besides my holy basil, there is the rest of it is cabbages and a couple of broccolis. And I just done some calendula. And so there you go. There's some beets and some, there's one, I need to get some more of that going. That is a roselle that I got from Kathy. And there's a couple that's got beets. That's beets. So anyway, but there's my up-potted holy basil. They're looking really, really good. Some of this is getting a little spindly. I probably need to redo that one and that one. That's bok choice. I got my lights going. I went ahead and brought the other pad out because I'm going to let those in the house just be just under the light. I got my lights going out here, but they need to be lowered, and he's got them screwed up there, so I can't lower them. They've got to be lowered down lower on there maybe. I don't know, it's 80 degrees in here. It's 80 degrees in this greenhouse, so I may not need the lights. And actually, unless we have a cool night, probably don't need none of this because it is 80 degrees in here. I'm fixing to take this wheelbarrow now, a new wheelbarrow that my daughter gave me, and I am fixing to take it out and gather up some rabbit manure and put on my raised bed and some of it in my compost pile. So there's my 8 bunnies that are about to be put in freezer camp real soon, in about 2 weeks. They are 12 weeks old, but they're on the small side. So we've been feeding the heck out of them, and we're going to wait about 2 more weeks and then let them go to freezer camp. But meanwhile, they have this huge pile of manure that I have taken a little hoe handle, took a little hoe handle and dug all of that out several different days onto the ground here. And now I've dug it out, and I'm going to take this shovel and load it up into my wheelbarrow and take it to my raised bed. Out of my way. That smells good. Not. I think I could do without this jacket today. It's really nice out here today. I believe I could have done without this jacket. All right, they're ready to be fed too. They're looking for food too while I'm out here doing. And I'm gonna have to take this jacket off. Jacket was too much. Woohoo! All right, there's some nice half a wheelbarrow. By the time I go do under the other 3 cages, I should have a whole wheelbarrow full. And good compost. They call that cold manure, and as opposed to hot manure. Hot manure would be the chickens. There's the chicken cage there too, the chicken coop, and that would be hot manure that you could not put straight on your garden. You would have to put it in a compost pile or something first. This is what they call cold manure, and I can put it straight on my garden. There's Blue. Hey, Blue. What you doing, Blue? Blue's a pretty smart dog. He is a rescue. We just rescued recently, if you hadn't heard me tell about that. He chased my cats for a little bit. He didn't bother them. He just chased at them, scared them off, but they're all coming back now, so he didn't bother them too bad. They started coming back, and he's a real smart dog. So there we go. I just got rabbit poo put on top of my raised bed. This is raised bed I had last year. Now we're working on those all the way down through there. We got to get them filled with dirt, and then I'll start putting, we filled them with newspaper and then sticks and then some hay or straw, and then we're going to put soil in on top of that, and on top of the soil I will put compost and rabbit manure. I do have a little fence there for a little piece of a panel there that I can put something climbing on. We're going to do that down through there and a couple of others. We'd never done raised beds before because we just planted in the ground, and that was fine, and that is fine. Lee will still have his big garden up there that he will till, and we've got a couple other spots too. But the reason we're doing this is because year before last, not last year. Last year I tended this little one bed, but the year before that, I was out here trying to hoe. I had all of my herbs in the ground out here and little beds, and I was trying to hoe all that and keep the grass out, and I just couldn't handle it. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and I just can't do it anymore. And 2 years ago, I'd really started hurting a lot, and my hands hurt a lot, and I just couldn't hoe like that anymore. And so last year he built me this one bed, and I just done all my gardening in that and some containers, and he tended the big garden mostly, but he went ahead recently and built me all of these so that I can do plenty of gardening, not have to weed hardly any at all. I don't have to bend over real far. All right, we got a lot done today, and I'm gonna check on these eggs now. That is looking really good. Getting done. So that has been going for 7 hours. I'll probably go ahead and start kind of breaking that up a little and see if there's any spots that need more time. If it's done and it's crumbly, I will grind that up in my little blender. I've got a magic bullet. I'll grind that up in my magic bullet and make a powder out of it and vacuum seal it in a jar. So there you go. Y'all give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and watch us on Friday nights at 7 Central Time.